Hey guys, sorry it took so long. We've just been having appalling weather recently, but it's somewhat bright today. So I thought that I would introduce to you Stan. He is now finished. He has been finished for a few weeks now, to be fair. But just the weather, we couldn't really properly test him out, ride him. But there he is. All complete. Not nearly as clean as he was a few weeks ago when we completed him. As you can see, we've ridden him a bit, but no, he rides really well. Been doing a couple of videos with him, a couple of takes, but I just thought that I'd show you around. So introducing to you the bike. It is a chopper, meaning that it rides really low. Well, right now you can't really tell because it's on its stand, but it rides very low. The seat especially is set very low, and one key feature about this bike is that very fat rear tire, almost like a motorbike tire, and that gives you a lot of grip, gives you more surface area to grip on. So especially off-roading and stuff like that is quite pleasant with this bike. As you can see, we've got the engine all mounted up as well. Like I showed you, I had to buy a separate adapter for this is a YD100 engine, so a bit bigger than the other bikes. As you can see, it just clamps on using the stock mounts. The wires, there are a bunch of videos on YouTube showing you how to mount this engine, how to wire it all up, so I'm not going to go too much into that, because there's literally so many other videos explaining it better than I ever would. It's got a racing high airflow intake carburetor. I believe this jet of this carburetor is a bit bigger than the stock one, so it just gives you that extra bit of power, extra bit of kick, and you can really tell. The one main complaint I have about this carburetor to the stock one is it does not have a pump, a manual finger pump to pump fuel into it. So it takes a while to start. It takes a while for the fuel to get in, to the piston and to burn, but it always gets there. Another complaint about I have this bike, sorry about all these complaints, I just thought I'd get the negative stuff out of the way first, is because of this tyre, because of the big tyre at the back, as well as the extremely small sprocket at the back, that's probably equivalent to a fourth gear on a standard bike with gears, is how hard it takes to pedal this thing, especially now with an engine on, because the bike's not light. Without an engine, the bike's not light, but it just takes so much effort. It takes so much effort to get this little engine going. It's crazy. Oh, hello, little bird. Yeah, it takes so much energy to get this engine actually running. But apart from that, it does the job. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the engine. Now, other components I've added to the bike. As you can tell, there are quite a few hidden within this huge nest of wiring that I've covered the bike with. But I'll start, I guess, front to back. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So literally from the front end of the bike, we have this. Now, this is the speedo cable and also the housing. So basically how this works is a very simple, very rudimentary setup. There is this little L bracket piece that feeds into there onto a round piece, and I guess feeds into a worm gear, which is in there, and basically spins the cable inside this housing. Again, there are better videos than this explaining how this properly works, but it's a very simple system. So basically when the wheel spins, it feeds information to this cable and it goes up to there. Speaking of which, is red on this. This is the speedometer and odometer at the same time. So it says as well, approaching 158 kilometers. Well, oh, we have a friend. Hello. Yeah. Anyway, so oh, he just threw up something. All right. Yeah, here is the speedometer anyway. So it's 158 kilometers done on both of my bikes. So before Stan, I had a bike called Gerald, which is now disassembled in the garage. But I have future plans for him. Anyway, going off topic. Speedometer, voltmeter, which feeds into the battery, which I'll show you in a bit. Phone holder, of course. When I record videos, I like to see the angles which I'm recording at, so I just connect my phone to the GoPro app, and it shows me a live. Not really live, doesn't really show you when you're recording, but it shows you kind of your angles, make sure everything's set properly. Another thing I added was this. Now this is the light switch, so when you turn it on, all your dials light up, and well, the voltmeter kind of springs into life there. The horn, which fell off during riding one day, and some mirrors, because I just thought some mirrors would add to the aesthetic of the whole bike. I've also added a tachometer, very simple tachometer from Amazon. It's like £10, maybe not even that, maybe less. But yeah, it does the job. I mean, it sometimes reads inaccurate results depending on how much your battery is charged, because basically you have these wires. One goes to the here we go. One goes to the positive, the negative, and the feeder. So this is the one that connects the engine to this wire here, which is basically wired to one of these wires here anyway. So you have a feeder, well, a sender anyway, a sender unit. Then coming with the bike is petrol tank, which is taken from the last bike, as I won't be needing it anymore, so I've just taken the petrol tank off the old bike. What other gadgets do I have on this? Yeah, of course, here we have the battery. It's just the standard 12-volt battery. It does the job. It powers the horn enough. Oh, goodness, it's windy. Yeah, powers the horn, powers the lights, and powers everything else on the bike, apart from the engine, which runs off a magneto, so there's no need for the battery to power the engine. Here we have a fuse box. Apart from it looking kind of professional and cool, I guess, I don't really want to harm the battery, so I've just put a bunch of fuses in there, rated at very low, very low rated fuses, so they'll just pop whenever. And one other thing that I've added to the bike, this. Now this is it's really cool actually. It's a USB charger. Now how it works is, as you can see, I bought this off of eBay for like £4, and it's pretty good actually. So as you can see right there, I'm not sure you can see properly, but right there, there's the chain, and underneath is like a plastic gear which runs off the chain, and essentially, well, you probably figured it out by now because it's very self-explanatory, but when you start to pedal, see that little light flickering on and off? It actually charges a battery on the inside, and basically that you can charge your phone off there, which I just found really cool. It's a gimmick because I've never really charged my phone, but what I could do is kind of create an output there to charge the battery, so I have some kind of like alternator system. But the one problem with this is that, well, it only works when you're pedaling the bike, right? Because the gears in there are not really made for the bike chain, which I'm not sure if you can see in this camera, is a bit thicker, just a little bit thicker, and yeah, but that's pretty much it. That's the whole bike. But yeah, stay tuned for the making of this bike, which will come out in another video very soon, I promise. We've just been so busy, and we've just been really unfortunate with the weather recently that we couldn't really release many videos. So yeah, video on how to make it and us taking out for a little ride. Also Mitch is releasing a video of his own as well. But yeah, stay tuned for that. Also check out our new website. We have a website, link in the description. Thank you very much for watching. Excuse the garbage in the back. Hopefully stay tuned for more videos from Sneaky Pikers Garage.